right, I'm recording. See,
fucking time.
I read the book Outliers. You ever read that? No, because you don't read. You don't read shit.
Hey, I just read this little fucking article. You calm down.
And you got to get your 10,000 hours. And I just want to say that we're working on our 10,000 hours. This isn't community service. This is just some real shit going down.
This is fucking hard labor. We're doing the real shit, son. This is the real shit now. What? You know what this is?
Tell them.
This is the Hype Podcast. I'm the host with no name.
I'm oh so fresh.
And we are kicking it with you every single week right here on the Hype. And as I say,
stop lying
every
to
day.
Those. Stop lying. Stop lying. Every single week. Okay,
fine. Sometimes twice a week. Sometimes 3 times. Wherever
we've
gets
been
you
gone.
wet
We've been
between
gone
your
for months.
thighs.
Like I said, you came back from that pack of cigarettes. Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks, Dad.
Listen, I don't owe any more child support now. You're over 18. Somehow you passed me in age. You're older than me. You can take care of me.
You owe back support.
Yeah. Hey, I'm wearing back support right now.
Yeah.
Because I got mad back problems. Not, way back problems, like this back problems.
Well, you've been on the road. Don't be a lot lizard so much. You might not have those problems.
Hey, if you want to talk about lot lizards, I got the skinny on those. You can hit us up, 503-776-0167 or at www.thehypepodcast.com. Check out all our old episodes, just like Oh So Fresh is old, because it's almost 5:15 p.m. and he's yawning already.
It's been a long day. I say a long week. We got a few things to go over. Now, I'm going to tell you the transition, because there's been a lot of questions about why did DJing stop? Why you stop DJing? I'll get all those out the way.
So you're not talking about your transition from the closet to the kitchen?
I've been blatantly fucking the shit out of you for years. I don't think so.
So no wonder I owe child support. Fuck. Like he said, we got a great show for you today. I'm borrowing Oso's headphones because mine are just in the fucking wind. I don't know where those are at. The iPad 2, if you haven't seen one in a long ass time, we got one and it's still going strong.
It's like a Mac museum over here.
Yeah. You got dead Mac bodies everywhere all over this room. What is going on here?
Don't be telling people what I got in my house.
Yeah. He's got cameras, a sex swing, handcuffs, hookers and blow, and now guitars.
All I got in my house is hard dick and bubble gum. Go ahead and stop by, girlfriend. That's all I got. That's all I have.
But if you play nice, he might introduce you to Diesel Fresh.
I might. So another thing we have to cover is over Christmas.
On Christmas.
On Christmas. That motherfucker took it upon himself to blow himself up.
Not just blow himself up. He was on a hunt. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
See, this is what they call a tease. I'm keeping it real basic for you. But a motherfucker got a hunch someday, somehow, to blow himself up. It was previous to this event happening because he did some family planning.
Yeah, he had spiral notebooks.
More family planning than most of you baby daddy motherfuckers out there.
Like me. But first, I want to ask you about this, Oso. I know you don't care much. I know it doesn't bother you too much, but this is on my mind right now, so I got to ask you.
What do you got to ask?
There's a rumor going around that James Harden might be interested in coming to the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, let me tell you this. I don't like James Harden as a player. I don't know him as a person. He could pay all his kids' child support. I don't know.
Let's pause that for a moment. Because let's tell you who James Harden is. James Harden is a basketball player that was a former MVP, leading scorer, one of the dudes, if you don't like flopping in basketball, one of the biggest floppers you'll ever see, formerly of the Oklahoma Thunder, was traded. You know why he got traded? He's on Houston now. You know why he got traded there?
He didn't have a beard.
No, he had a beard back then. Because Oklahoma Thunder felt like paying him, I think, additional like $3 to $4 million would have been too much. And then, it's the ultimate payback story. This man says, hey, you don't want to pay me enough. I'm going to go someplace else. They'll make me the center of the team, and I will be MVP. Now, do I fail every time I try and get to the finals? Do I show up at the strip clubs quite a little bit? I sure do. Are you scared to serve me cold cereal because you think I will get milk in my beard and it'll be real gross? You sure do. So I just wanted to give you a little background on James Harden. Very dynamic player. Not my type. Just the swag I've seen on the court. Just doesn't seem like my type of homeboy to hang out with. Just keep it 100.
Let me ask you. as a fellow non-beard having individual.
Non-beard? I did No Shave November.
And how did that work out? Did it look like a seismograph went off on your face? What happened?
No, it was full. No, I look like Black Santa Claus. Giving gifts all the time.
Do you have any pictures of this?
Yeah, it's on my. I'll get into where new pictures are in a minute.
I'm just asking about the beard pictures. I didn't even know you could grow facial hair.
I grew. Yeah, I have 2 years in a row. You just haven't been around.
Holy shit!
Since you've been gone.
No, do you ever imagine like James Harden just like shies away from certain restaurants because of that beard?
So if you guys don't know this about James Harden, the thing that makes him stand out, and you might not even know who he is, but you'll go, the guy who plays basketball who has a really big beard. Then you go,
Giant
okay,
beard.
you like the guy with the beard. Okay, you know who he is. Well, he wants to leave his current team. Now, you know why he wants to leave his current team? Because there's been a whole bunch of failure there. And, to me and you, we wouldn't consider it failure. This man takes his team deep in the playoffs, has had the best record in the NBA.
And he's got some deep pockets because of it.
And been MVP, but cannot win a championship. So they're like, that's failure. To me, getting on the court, motherfucker, be a fucking win and a half.
I wonder if that beard make him fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like, does he sweat more than the average person?
But you know what I think he's cursed with? He has the Kardashian curse. You fuck with a Kardashian, you ain't winning a championship.
Did he fuck with a Kardashian?
Yes, he did.
All three of them?
He was
I wouldn't
Khloe.
doubt it.
He was Khloe.
Oh, Jesus.
He was Khloe.
Dude, that is the Kardashian. I didn't even know that.
He was. And if you know anything about the Kardashians, there was Big Khloe and there's current Khloe.
Big Khloe.
Because Khloe used to be big. And she was, because they're the one that they think that she's O.J. Simpson's daughter.
Right, I did hear about that.
Because she's taller, she's bigger, she's thicker, and she got a little bit more color.
She got them broad shoulders like a linebacker.
I remember seeing the display of those motherfuckers at Sears, and like it was a life size display, and she is like a full great pumpkin taller than any of them other brides.
Hey, do you think that they mess with them stats a little bit? When they're like, yeah, Kim Kardashian, waist size this size, ass size this size, cup size this size. Like NBA, they're like, if they're 6'9", they're like, yeah, they're 7'1". You think they doctor that for Khloe? Does she get a couple extra inches on that cardboard cutout?
I don't know. I with them, what's real? What's really fucking real?
Well, that's why when you said big Khloe.
I'm wondering if these bitches is made by Hasbro. There's so much plastic going on. I don't know.
I wonder if they made by Hasbro.
I can't figure it out.
Shit.
I mean, because this shit there is nothing real. I mean, who has more plastic, them or the Jacksons? Probably the Jacksons because there's more.
Is there more now?
Yeah. If they come by your house and your kid's action figure is missing, that means somebody's getting a new fucking nose job.
Oh my fucking God.
What? I no longer recycle. I just drop my shit off at the Kardashians' house. That's what I do.
That's where all the plastic bottles go.
That's where they go.
Oh my fucking God.
And you know what? And that plastic made Kanye sick.
Dude, I wouldn't doubt it.
That plastic, sniffing all that plastic, being around all that plastic, Kanye was fine. Then he got over there, he lost his mind. But let's get back to this guy, James Harden.
Yeah. So, no, the reason I bring this up, the rumor is that he wants to come to the Portland Trailblazers. Now, I don't know how everybody else feels about that. And if you want to let us know, hit us up, 503-776-0167. Tell us your feelings about James Harden coming to the Blazers, if that's a thing. Like I said, it's just a fucking rumor. But
I don't know. I don't want to share the dating pool. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. He gonna spread his mouth herpes all around the locker room. We don't need that.
Shit, that's why he got the beard. Now he gonna listen to the show. Because let me tell you one thing before I openly talk shit about NBA players, which I'm about to do. I'm about to do pretty well. CJ McCollum, you got a podcast. Only reason they listen to it is because you're on a basketball team. And I'm glad you got rid of that Hitler mustache you was rocking for a while. Let's be honest. CJ McCollum was rocking a Hitler mustache, wasn't he?
It was like a baby Jordan stash.
You know what? I mean, wasn't a Jew in the joint because they like this CJ McCollum. They were like, nah, fuck that Dame time. Fucking CJ McCollum's coming at me. He's coming after me. Anyway.
Anyway, back to me. So, how would you feel if Mr. Beard showed up in Portland and wanted to just jack threes all day? I know you're not a huge basketball guy, but you're kind of close with the Portland Trailblazers.
You know, my brother, if we win, it's all good. Do what you want to. Because the guys we got, like CJ McCollum, he'll score 50 and we'll lose.
That's true.
You know, I mean, really, is he in the record books for how many 50-point outbursts with a losing record? I don't know, man.
He's probably in the Guinness Book of World Records for that.
Well, you know, he used to do that all the time with Wilt Chamberlain. That motherfucker score 100 points in the game and lose. But James Harden, you know, I don't really care because I think, you know, he's just not that guy.
That's true. I agree with that. Like, I don't think he's a champion. I think he's a role player.
If you don't watch basketball, I'm just going to tell you who I like. I like Jimmy Butler. I really like Jimmy Butler. That's one of my favorite guys.
Dude, that guy's got a fucking pedo mustache, dude, to the hill. You want to talk about CJ McCollum's mustache? You see that motherfucker's mustache last year?
You know what? He's trying to get young trim, and this motherfucker's trying to extinguish a whole race. There's a big fucking difference to the two. I think they are equally as bad. But one has more long-term repercussions.
We do know one thing.
I mean, one of them will create a stripper, and one of them will extinguish a whole race. So I think that.
Well, I was gonna say, at least we know one thing. With their powers combined, they can take out the Kardashians like that.
Oh, they are. I mean, they are not part of the master race, whatever. Hey, but you know, it's all good. It's all love, CJ. I know you work hard. I know you practice and stuff. We don't practice this, so we take you making money for granted.
We really do.
Hey, how does it feel to have a couple broke motherfuckers talk about your trifling basketball ass?
Dude, let me back up. First of all, okay. We're not broke anymore. You haven't been broke for a long time. And now I'm liking this lighter side of Oh So Fresh that we got going on here. You haven't just woke up. You don't have to be to work in like 2 hours. You just got home. You threw on a little Crown Royal. You still got your shoes on, your dress shirt.
Shh, that's breaking my rule. I'm not supposed to drink during the week.
I mean, he's just swishing it around like, you know, Nick Offerman.
I'm brushing my teeth with it.
So
fucking Listerine. Don't you hate when you run out?
Yeah, right. So talk to me about this transition. Oh, so I mean, no, hang on. Let me set the stage for you here. For the last 2 decades, Mr. Fresh here has been getting up about now, 5 p.m.-ish, getting ready to rock and roll and go rock the club all night long. Don't interrupt me while I'm making shit up.
I never got up at 5 p.m. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So he used to go to bed when the sun was coming up. Now
and be up by 9.
So now I walk into Oso's house and he's got guitars laying around. I don't even know if he's starting a band over here or what. But talk to me about the transition from this DJ game to what you're doing now.
So let me tell you what happened. There was this thing that happened. You know what I'm talking about? There was a damn pandemic. So during the course of when the pandemic started, I would say that I was at the end of my run. I had a long, successful run. I did a lot of stuff DJing. Man, it was great. Even when they told this motherfucker to stop, can't stop, won't stop, whatever song you want fucking sing it, I fucking did it while you just played a song at some fucking 2-bit titty bar right now. So please, let me just talk shit to you like the royalty I am, because goddamn, you gotta claim it in the post era.
You used to rock with the best, now you talk with the best. Right here is Oh So Fresh.
Yeah, I would give some applause for that.
But how different is it? Like, how does it feel getting up, doing a regular 9 to 5 and having the rest of the day to yourself?
It is way different, and what's beautiful about it, now here's the part of the transition. So they shut down the clubs.
Right.
And I'm sitting there at my job, which I found out was a hobby because all my money was really coming from the fucking clubs.
Right.
So I couldn't even afford to go to my job anymore because I work downtown and most of my money went to parking.
Right.
And the boss always wanted to order Chipotle. Even though you know what happened. I mean, Chipotle, man, that will tear up your asshole. Please.
And don't you love how bosses always want to order it out of your paycheck? They're just like, yeah, I'll go get it as long as you motherfuckers making minimum wage.
I'm paying $10 to $15 a day to be down here, my good friend.
Right.
And then I got to cop up another $10 just so I can have Chipotle. Get the kids meal. It works. So after that, I said, you know what? It's time. And let's figure out something new. So I hustled a little bit, t-shirted a little bit, and did some video stuff a little bit. And I quit Toastmasters because this DJ thing had taken me over. I was just like, yo. And I figured out, just in case don't know, my last job as a DJ was in an adult club.
Right.
I look back now and I go, damn right that was my last fucking job. And motherfucker, the last thing I fucking do is work at some fucking adult club DJing. This shit, my life is fucking over. I wish another me would have walked up to me and say, quit right now, motherfucker. You are done DJing. There's no disrespect to the people that go there, but you can only fall to such a low.
Well, let me just point this out. You had a very lucrative DJ career. There is several times in that era that you took time off and just said, you know what, I'm going to step away from this for a short time. And not many, if any other DJs that I know have ever been able to do that. So how does that feel to know that you left when you were still going strong?
See, the big deal is when it's done, it's done. And that's what, for you, if you're listening and you want to change up your fucking shit, just change up your fucking shit. I mean, make provisions. Make provisions for you to be able to make a good transition. But I will tell you, twice in my life, I've changed up my fucking shit. I was in tech support when I started DJing. Right. You know what? Yeah, I ate Top Ramen. I did all sorts of other shit because you know what? I knew where I had to be. And when it came time, I said, okay, this DJing thing is done. And I was blessed enough that somebody that I knew from Toastmasters, please go to Toastmasters if you can't get your talking right. So at Toastmasters, they said, hey, what are you doing now? I said, well, I'm done DJing. They said, well, shoot, you want a job? I said, yeah. And they said, we'll pay you a good enough wage where you're not going to miss DJing. All right, good.
Wow.
So now, instead of pushing it to the limit, because in the course of DJing, you party during the week too.
Of course.
I mean, shit, and you know, when you see yourself going on 4 or 5 day stretches, you going, motherfucker, this ain't me.
Right.
Now, it's like, you know, I get up at 5 a.m., sometimes 4.
Yeah.
I go to bed 7, 8 o'clock. And you know what? On a motherfucking weekend, I do whatever the fuck I want to.
Isn't it great?
I'm not pinned in because like last year at Christmas, I would have think about, you know, if Christmas fell on Friday, was I going to be DJing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Right.
Was I going to be doing with all that shit? Was I going to be out? Nah, I get up, I go one fucking place, I check in, I found some white people that like me good enough to hang out with me for 40 hours a fucking week, and I get it in. And you know, it's beautiful because I don't want to be too critical, but I'll say, there's some motherfuckers in the game that feel really fucking trapped because that money is addictive until they cut it off. Because, you know, to say I can work my regular job, but then this weekend I'm going to play 3 gigs, drink as much as I want to, and still come home with $750, that ain't bad.
Right.
That ain't bad for a weekend. You feel all right. I mean, shit, you can trick a little bit. You can do all you want. But at some point you go, man, there's some other shit to this. It just becomes one-dimensional.
Well, and if you think about it, you never allowed yourself to become that one-dimensional DJ. You did weddings for a time. You did clubs. You did a DJ school, like you taught people how to DJ. You stayed in tune with the old vintage records. Like you kept yourself around the music. And one of the things that I really liked about your exit strategy is you knew. You said it a couple times just now. You knew when it was done, it was done. And you never held yourself in that tiny little box or that tiny little record crate.
Oh, record crate. Oh.
And so when you were done,
big words.
So when you were done, you had other avenues to pursue. Toastmasters was there for you. Podcasting's been there for you. Things like that. And so how do you think Toastmasters and doing like podcasting helped your transition to this new job?
Because I was always this motherfucker, but I didn't know how to be this motherfucker when the mic was open.
Sure. Yeah.
And you know, and that's probably what made my radio story. I mean, we can break it down one day because my radio story is fucking amazing. Because no, I could not fucking talk on a mic to save my goddamn life. But I ended up.
I was there.
I ended up being in radio for longer than most people. But you just make it work for you. But whatever it is, and I send this shout out to anybody out there that's like, yo, you did what you had to do. I told my cousin this last night. I said, don't you love it? I said, I did it. And I'm blessed that now I can do something else. Because at some point you have to say I did it. Sure. At some point, motherfucker, I'm 45 years old. What the fuck I look like being in a motherfucking club? For what?
Well, you don't. Okay, there's two things.
For grown folks, I would, but just being like around 21-year-olds, shit, pervert.
There's two things you don't want. Okay, you don't want to be the 60-year-old DJ that's still.
No disrespect, I know a guy like that, but that's his hustle.
No. I mean, you don't want to be the 60-year-old DJ who's scheming for work and can only get work on an occasion, especially during a pandemic. So you've kept all the other skills available in order to excel in any area that you want. The other thing you don't want is you don't want to end up being a 63-year-old that lives in an RV hunting aliens and lizard people in a fucking Nashville park. Did you hear about this? We talked about this. We talked about this a little bit before the show.
So you're thinking this guy used to DJ?
I'm thinking
at least some karaoke stuff.
Dude, I bet you he's got a guitar in his RV, and the amount of guitars you got floating around, holy shit!
Unless you were living under a rock, or the honey baked ham was just that damn good, you probably heard that there was. I mean, a man detonated a bomb in downtown Nashville.
He detonated himself.
Now, our special correspondent, the host with no name, will give us more about it.
Thank you. So we're out here on the street across the table from you here, and we'd just like to fill you in on exactly what investigators had to say. We are looking into evidence that an Antioch man detonated a bomb in the middle of downtown Nashville Christmas morning. He had spent several hours and many days hunting for alien life forms in a nearby park and was interested in lizard people, according to law enforcement. Sources told ABC News Anthony Quinn Warner, 63, may have been motivated, at least in part, by his paranoia about 5G.
Now, 63, that's old enough to know better about any shit.
But they also found writings that contained ramblings about conspiracy theories, including shape-shifting reptilian creatures in human form that are attempting to take over the world. Federal agencies are trying to figure out whether detonating himself and his RV at 6:30 a.m. on Friday, injuring 3 and damaging more than 40 buildings was related to this conspiracy theory hunt.
Now, where was he parked?
Outside a call center in downtown Nashville that allegedly doubled as an NSA data mining facility. Now, if that's not a fucking perfect bow on a conspiracy theory, I don't know what is.
And he took out, 2 states worth of AT&T service?
Yeah, you're right.
A motherfucker done blown himself up and you can't even know because your AT&T ain't working.
Because your 5G is down. You're fucked.
You know, and the sad part about the society we live in, because there could be a major fucking explosion and you worried how many likes you got on Facebook right now.
Yeah, right. You're wearing how many bars on your fucking phone that you're about to lose because of this asshole. But dude, can you imagine that? Living your life in a fucking RV.
He didn't live his life in an RV.
Hunting for aliens. Like your last days, you're just sauntering around this park, convinced.
Well, this motherfucker had it down to a science. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go blow my shit up. I mean, he handed it. When you start giving your property to your ex-girlfriend, you know. And if your ex-girlfriend, if you are an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I call you to give you the deed to my motherfucking house, then you should call the police because, bitch, I wanted you gone then. And why would I give you a house now?
No, but check this out. This is the weirdest part about it to me. He had all these, writings and ramblings in his RV. Why then did he play an audio recording of a countdown to evacuate the area around this RV?
See, for me, I put on my tinfoil hat. I think he just wanted to blow up the AT&T building.
I don't doubt it. No, that's what I mean. Like, what is going on here? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not gonna say, oh, well, you probably didn't want to hurt anyone. No, fuck that. If you're blowing shit up, listen. I don't know a fucking black guy that's ever blown some shit up. So I think that's strictly a white guy thing. I don't know.
You know, I'm pondering that fact, and no, it's not the most common thing.
I mean, he's not. Anthony Quinn Warner is not looking at 73 virgins right now, or 72, or however many you're supposed to get.
Because if that motherfucker would have did a drive-by on the AT&T building, I'd be like, black guy. Oh, it's a black guy. That's what black guys do. White guys don't do drive-bys. You know, I mean, you were black guys don't blow themselves up, and white guys don't do drive-bys. There's just two common facts of fucking life. Now, if you are a Western Asian or a Middle East motherfucker, and you did that, oh yeah, we're gonna call it fucking terrorism. It was a white guy, they did not. But man,
how fucked up is that?
If that motherfucker looked like his name was any kind of Akbar Akeem type of shit, it'd have been terrorism. It'd have been 9/11 all over again. We'd have been back over there fucking taking more oil. Fuck.
You're not wrong. Oh my God. No, and here's the best part about this entire article. One guy, and he ended up on the news somehow. Go figure.
He didn't say, I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah. No, he ends up on the news. And what does this guy say? He goes, oh, yeah, your President Donald Trump's got something to say about everything else, but he can't say anything about the bombing on Christmas morning. Now, look, you want this motherfucker to shut the fuck up, and when he does, you're like, oh, you got nothing to say now, huh?
Is that the ultimate burn? Like, you know, you know what's funny about this? And I hate to get off into this guy, but I love how people like to talk shit to him. But if you were in a room with him one-on-one and had to match wits with him, that motherfucker would shit on you.
Dude, he would fucking spray tan and some Aquanet in your face and you'd be done.
Hey, I mean, really, if you wanted to verbally spar with that motherfucker, he would really get your ass. I mean, because I could talk some shit. But I look at that motherfucker because he could duck and pivot. I mean, he's like the Floyd Mayweather of talking shit. He'll stick and move and then just sting you one time. Yeah.
He really is. Or he'll just cut you off hard and be like, wrong.
I love a motherfucker that says, not very good at their job. It's just not very. Motherfuckers trying to over-explain shit. They did not do very well. We like to do better. But this motherfucker, obviously, he was good at his job.
If his job was the top shit.
No. I'm talking about the what's this gentleman's name? Do you call him a gentleman? He didn't kill nobody, so you call him the guy who blew himself.
He did kill 3 people.
He did not kill 3. He injured.
Injured 3 people. My fault.
Yeah.
So
he killed himself.
Well, there you go. So wait, did he fail at bombing too? Then is that what's going on? No, his name is Anthony Quinn Warner. Now,
and there was no shrapnel. You ever think about that?
Yeah, how weird, huh?
I mean, shit, if it was some terrorist shit, there'd be some fucking shrapnel.
Well, dude.
Those motherfuckers will load that shit up with BBs and forks and all sorts of shit. When that bomb blew up, that's how they get down.
No, you're right. You're
like,
right.
if you ever... See, this is an aspect maybe you don't think about when you think about suicide bombers. When they blow up, they got shit loaded up in there. Any hunk of metal... They plastic from the goddamn Kardashians. Whatever the fuck they could put in there to fucking spread out. Because like when the bombers did Boston bombing,
yeah,
shrapnel. It wasn't about the explosion. You could have been 30 feet away from the fucking explosion,
right?
But that fork he used last night to eat up his last
bit of ramen noodles.
His last bit of ramen. That last bit of fucking the same fork. He didn't even clean it from his last bit of ramen. He put that in the bomb, and now that's going through your fucking leg.
Dude, let me ask you this, and I know the answer to this question. Have you ever been in an explosion?
I've not been in an explosion. And really, how many people have been in an explosion and could be on the podcast?
Well, I've been near one.
Okay, so you have not been in an explosion.
Not in one, correct. But I mean, I've given several explosions if we're talking sexually.
Oh, well, damn.
On that note, so we got to go. You're about to get the fuck out of here. I don't care what you got to say. I don't care. I don't care what you got to say.
That joke was about as limp as your dick. God damn. Can I get some Viagra right now?
No, but you can't get the Hype Podcast. I'm the host of No Name.
I'm So Fresh.
And we're kicking it with you every single week. Let me give a quick shout out to Fortress Property Management. Check them out. They got Fortress Fridays going on every single Friday. So check them out at fortresspropertymanagement.com for all your property management needs.
Yeah, it was nice to get together, bang one out, and let you guys hear my thoughts on leaving the game. Wow, I sounded kind of salty towards other DJs, but you know what? I've always been salty. That's how you get jobs.
He said that's how you get jobs.
Hey, shit. Don't love me, fear me, motherfucker. Because I was that motherfucker that walk up to you and say, fuck, I'm taking your job. I'll take your job.
And your bitch.
I do it to... I'll tell you about taking jobs. I do it to a black, I do it to an essay. I catch a motherfucker out in the field. I pick grapes better than you, motherfucker. I DJ better than you. Whatever you doing right now, shit. Let me call out goddamn Andy Carson. I'll tell you the fucking weather. The weather is fucked up because people ain't working and them stimulus checks ain't here yet. This is the podcast after the podcast, and it is unbelievable to be so fucking awesome that we had to fucking come back. Shit. Call LL Cool J. We don't call it a comeback. We just call it shit. Motherfucker, you standing on my lawn and now it's time for me to clean up and check you bitches and tell you the Hype Podcast is here to stay forever together. The Hype Podcast is tougher than leather. Let me give you a couple classics.
Oh my God. I will fuck you up, Angela.
Now let's keep it real.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.